let me tell y'all what the Lord was saying to me. Well, first of all, let me start it out. I'm gonna start it out with a question. Just asking a question. Have you ever experienced something in your younger years that you may still struggle with even today in your adulthood? That's a question. Y'all can answer it.
Yes.
Okay. Got one yes. Anybody else? Have you ever struggled with something that happened to you in your childhood that may still even be a struggle or an issue today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, what I heard the Lord saying to me was that that's like a major issue, but there is a move that God is desiring to do. God, I feel you this morning. Father, I love you and I thank you. I thank you for who you are and for what you do, God. I pray that I hear you profoundly and that I'm able to communicate this in the way that you would desire for me to communicate it. I pray that it works even in my life, God, as I express it unto your people. All right. So he said to me, he said, I want you to ask the question, if opportunity presented itself for you to be free from whatever situation and experience or however that came across your way, if opportunity presented itself to you for you to be free, would you take it? If the opportunity presented itself for you to be free from whatever it was, whatever situation, circumstance, however somebody, took advantage of you at a young age, you struggled in your young age, y'all may lived poor or what you considered to be poor in your young age, there was abandonment in your young age, whatever the situation is, if opportunity presented itself for freedom to come to you in that area, would you take it?
Yes, but at the same time, I'm sitting here thinking, but how would I be able to know that's what it is? It's like it's.
Okay. Got somebody that said, how will I be able to know that that's what it is? All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? If the opportunity presented itself for freedom to come to you, would you take it?
I sent you a good morning, everybody. I haven't spoken to. This is why he said what he said this morning to me. Got to confuse the enemy so you'll know that it's God. Because if you confuse him, good God Almighty, Holy Ghost, yes, it's a breakthrough right around the corner. Got to confuse the enemy today. I sent this to Apostle Lee. Confuse the enemy. Do something, oh good God Almighty, that you must do. Not that you want to do, but do it because you must do it. This way your freedom gonna come. Oh, boy, this thing got me.
I asked the question. If the opportunity for freedom presented itself, would you take it? That's a yes or no.
Yes. Indeed, yes. Thank you, God.
All right. There's some more of you on the line. I need you to chime in this morning. If the opportunity presented itself for freedom concerning something, would you take it? Yes or no? Or you can give an answer like what Toya gave, said, but how would I identify it? Chime in. Come on, I got work to do, y'all. Come on, let's go.
Yes, ma'am, I would.
All right, anybody else? Let me check my participants in here. Should have at least 5 of y'all or so that's saying, if the opportunity presented itself, would you take it? Got some yeses. Got some. Got one that says, "But how would I identify it?" Let's talk about what Toya said about the identifying. That was very good. And I felt like it was from a very sincere and honest place. The identifying that this is the truth that has presented itself to me. If you are in a cage and you're locked up in a cage and a person comes to the cage, you don't see any keys in their hand, but they come up to the cage. What do you think your response or your thought would be? You're in a cage that you want to get out of.
They come to the cage, I'm gonna look at the lock, where the lock at, and I'm gonna go.
Say that one more time, your voice muffled on me.
If they come up to the cage and they walk off, I'm gonna shake that cage, the door, and if it moves, then I'm gonna get on out.
No, I'm saying if you see them, you're in the cage, and you see them come up to the cage. You don't see any keys in their hand or anything, but you just see them approach. As they are approaching the cage, what is your thought going to be? As they're walking,
gonna let me out?
Yeah.
Or I need to get out?
Yeah. So in other words, you're going to have some hope, right?
Yep.
You're going to be saying, I hope they come. I need y'all to follow me this morning. You're going to be saying, I hope they're coming to let me out of here. Because I'm in this cage and I want out this cage. I told y'all, I want you to go to the places. I want you to think about the stuff that you want to be free from. So then, when you're in the cage, someone approaches the cage, it doesn't really even matter. It's just, okay, God, I hope they're coming. It doesn't matter whether it's a black woman, a white woman, a black man, a white man. You still hoping that they're coming to let me out of this cage. Okay, y'all got that part, right?
Right, so there's a possibility that our freedom has already come, but our hope and our faith hasn't been in position for us to move.
You ain't got to get ahead of me, Toya. Okay, so now you're in the cage, and you see someone approaching the cage with the key in their hand. You're in cage 1, and you can clearly see that key says cage 1. You can clearly see, God, I love you this morning, that key says cage 1. You in the cage, but you can clearly see they got a key that says cage 1. What is your feeling? What is your thought? Say that again. Y'all were on top of each other.
You're excited.
But they gonna come let me out.
You're excited. Okay. Are they gonna come? Did you say, are they gonna come let me out? Did you question? Did you say are, Toya?
Yeah.
I need y'all to catch that. Now, first person comes. You don't see the key, but you have a hope. I hope they're going to let me out. Second person comes with the precise key in the hand that can open the door. But she thought, are they going to let me out? Y'all see how we do God? He has the key in his hand.
I'm just nervousness, even though he has a key in the hand, because, like, you know, you've lived in that cage for so long, and the possibility of being free, even the thought, you know, especially with them actually having the key this time, makes me nervous.
Okay, why would you be nervous?
It's a place, because I've lived in that place for so long, the possibility of being free is kind of like, just makes me go into anxiety and thought.
Okay, so you're explaining yourself. You're explaining your exact position. Good job. Toya, you explained your position. Good job. That's why I want everybody to talk. What is the emotion? What is it that goes through the head? You're in a cage. You have no other choice. There's no way. All of us were born into a cage because we were born into sin, shaping in iniquity. So we were born into a cage. But you see someone approaching the cage. They don't have any keys in their hand. How do you handle that person? That person is natural people. You don't know what is going to come forth out of natural people. So that's the carnal, the flesh man. So what kind of chance do you take on the natural man? But then you see the spiritual man come up with the precise key in his hand that can open that door. But how do we handle it? How do we handle it? I heard the Lord say to me, he said, I brought deliverance to many, and it's been presented to them. But yet they chose to still remain in a locked up place. What's your decision?
I don't feel myself like I'm sorry, Pastor.
What's your position? Say what you just was finna say, Sharika. You're chopping up. Try it again.
Just getting free, that's being set free, like an inmate that's being, let out. And I question, can I live in a free world? And will I find myself going back into this? Will I trade my place?